Hello, Amazon shoppers, and welcome to a special edition of the 3Techs where we review the Rode Wireless Go microphone. Today we are unboxing the Rode Wireless Go microphone system. This is a brand new microphone system that operates on regular 2.4 gigahertz frequency. All that means is that you can use it anywhere in the world because it's the same frequency as your Wi-Fi. This just came out in the US and here it is. Before we get into the actual unboxing, let's just kind of look over their website here. The special thing about this is that it's so compact that it is a lot smaller than regular wireless microphone sets. The other thing is that there is a microphone built into the actual transmitter. So you don't need a separate lavalier microphone to plug in, although you could do that if you wanted to. As I mentioned, it's pretty compact, so the battery is actually built into it. It's a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, and it gives you about 7 hours out of the box, but it does have USB-C if you wanted to plug in an additional external battery pack or power it from your camera. We'll do some tests to see how it performs in 2.4, and we'll put it through our torture tests. See if microwaves will kill the signal, but let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. What do you say, Bob?
I think that'd be great.
Okay, here we go. Let's just get right into it. Okay. And little advertisement, we don't need that. And here is the Wireless Go microphone system from Rode. Let's see what's inside. It looks like we have another box to unbox. So this is, it's a box within a box. We got to tear this off. And we have a little quick start guide here. And here they are.
That actually looks smaller than in their videos.
It does
the videos
look smaller.
make it look bigger. I wonder if it's because they're trying to do close-up or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it does
okay.
look smaller.
All right. Need a little help here, Bob.
Lift.
Lift.
There you go.
All right.
Yay.
Got them out there free. There's one. There's the other one. And looks like they hid the cables under there. So we've got the USB-C charging cable. And, oh, did they actually include two? They did include two. Did
Oh,
they
that's
lie to
good.
us?
Thank you.
You got your little windscreens here. They've got these two white clips that go
it's a
into
little
there,
clip.
right over the omnidirectional microphone there. So there's two of them.
Boy,
One
that's
is
a mighty
spare.
small dead cat.
Yeah. It's a baby kitty.
Baby
And
kitty.
here's the TRS cable you use to connect into the receiver. That's this guy over here. Not much in terms of documentation. This is just safety information. And here's
And
the
a
case. Just a single compartment there. So it is step one. Power on the transmitter and receiver. Hold these buttons for 3 seconds.
Ah,
and then
sure.
you clip it on there. Let's try
Give
that.
it a fire it up.
Push and hold, and hopefully they've got a little bit of charge on them.
Hey, there are blue lights.
And 3. I think that's 3 seconds. Okay. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. I see level meters going, so that probably means that I'm getting the signal here. Let me just tap the microphone. Yeah, you can see the
Hey.
green meters moving. It's working. Yeah.
That's a good out-of-box experience. There's enough battery charge to test.
There is. Let me show you one more thing. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So
Oh,
I've got
cool.
my Panasonic GH4 here. And what I wanted to show you, Bob, is how this clip, you could clip it onto your belt or something like that, or your pocket. But you could also use it. It's the same size as the hot shoe. So you could just slide that
good
in there.
engineering.
And now
Oh,
it's...
that is so cool.
Yeah, this is just
But
a lot
that's-
more compact. Look at that.
Boy, that's really nice. I like that. And the level meter's right there. You can see it.
Yeah. And then you just...
Yeah.
You take this red cable here that they gave you.
And boom, right into the camera.
You plug that in here. And on the GH4, the mic input's right there. So you plug that into the side.
And you're all set.
And that's it.
Rock and roll.
And if your camera,
Boy.
if you've got one of those bigger cameras that provides USB power out, you could just plug that into there and you'll never have to worry about recharging that. You could just run off of your camera battery. So that is pretty cool.
So that actually is some really well thought out.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. What is this retailing for in the US?
This is retailing for $199 US dollars.
Now, this can use a lav mic, right? And do they actually sell one that's specifically designed for it?
Rode does make a SmartLav Plus. That one has a TRRS plug, which you need to adapt in order to plug in here. This is just a TRS connection.
The extra
so it's only
ring.
3. Yeah, I'll show you what that adapter looks like. So I just happen to have a mic here that's very similar to that. So you could see on this connector here how it's got 4 little connections there. So that goes into this adapter.
Right.
And this plug would just plug right into the transmitter
so it doesn't
there.
short that out. Right. Okay.
Check. And that's working. What do you think? Should we switch over to this now and see what it sounds like?
Why give it a shot? I mean, just plug into the Rodecaster Pro, right? You could do that?
Yeah, let's do that. All right, well, now I've got the Rode Wireless Go microphone clipped onto my shirt here, and we are listening to it now. I've got it plugged into the Rodecaster Pro, and it's just going right into the smartphone input using the supplied TRS cable. I do have the gain turned up all the way on the microphone, and I have turned on some of the voice processing on the Rode Wireless Go channel. Let me go ahead and turn those off just so you can hear that difference there, Bob. But how does it sound to you right now, just in comparison to what I was using before?
It's a little different, but it might be just a little thinner, but not bad.
Now this is with everything turned off, all the effects turned off, and it's just the Rode Wireless Go mic going into the Rodecaster Pro.
Sounds like Tony's talking to me.
It sounds like I'm talking to you. And I'm not hearing any dropouts on my side. I don't know if you are, Bob. But...
No, not at all. Not at all, but you're close. I mean, you're 6 inches away or something. Or
well,
whatever,
yeah, 3 feet away from the transmitter and receiver.
And we haven't charged the batteries or anything. It's just right out of the box. Boom. That was instant plug and play sort of stuff. Just worked. Now, you look at the videos that they have on the website, and it looks bigger than it is. To me, as you're watching you show it to me, it seems visually smaller than I thought it was. The receiver on top of the camera, it just looks smaller than I thought it did. So that's actually not all that obtrusive. And you've got it clipped under your shirt there.
Yep.
That's not all that obtrusive at all.
Yeah, I mean, I do have it hidden underneath my shirt, so you don't really see it as much. I don't feel like it's that obtrusive, but of course in all of their marketing videos, they have it facing outside so you can see what it actually looks like. And it would look like that. So
yeah, and then there's a big bright reflection of the lights, and
big bright also dot on there for their Rode logo. So they did put the Rode logo on the clip there, and it does face right side up, so that if you are hiding it underneath, people will still know that it's a Rode Wireless Go mic.
Well, somebody's got a good engineering marketing team, I guess.
Yeah, good job marketing.
Yes, good job. Initial first blush, I'm smiling. It looks really interesting.
It does. Let's see how it does in our torture tests.
Yes.
So let's try a bit of a torture test here. I have my camera with the Rode Wireless Go receiver plugged into it, and it's about 3 feet away from a microwave, which I'm about to turn on. I also have the Rode Wireless Go transmitter and microphone clipped onto my shirt, and you'll be able to hear whether or not there are any dropouts when there's a microwave oven running in the same room, 3 feet away from the receiver. Let's turn it on. All right, well, now that the microwave oven is running, you may or may not hear any dropouts. Actually, I think the Rode Wireless Go microphone does pretty well when there's a lot of interference in your environment. So what do I mean by interference? That means any device that uses the same frequency that the Rode Wireless Go microphone uses. They use 2.4 gigahertz. That's the frequency band, sort of like a radio station for FM or AM radio. A microwave oven happens to emit frequencies on that same band because that's what it uses to cook your food. There are other things like cordless phone, Bluetooth headsets, Fluorescent lights can also interfere on this frequency, and any sort of electrical or power source could also emit frequencies that could interfere with the wireless audio system. Now, hopefully you're not hearing any dropouts at all, because the Rode Wireless Go is supposed to be pretty robust in short distances in very crowded wireless environments. So the microwave oven just stopped there, and I don't know if you even noticed a difference when it was running to when it stopped, other than the noise of the actual oven itself. So assuming you didn't hear any dropouts, I think the Rode Wireless Go microphone is a pretty good microphone for crowded wireless environments. Okay, let's try one more test. This time I'm going to have the camera 3 feet away from the microwave with the receiver, and then instead of staying in the same room, I'm going to walk around the house into different rooms, and I think you'll be able to hear some dropouts while the microwave is running. Let's start it up and see what happens. Okay, I'm leaving the to a different room. I'm walking. If I turn my body towards the microwave, you might be able to hear me again if the audio hasn't dropped out. Let me keep walking around here, back over to the kitchen area. And now I am back in the kitchen. I am just right next to the camera, and I'm right here. Hopefully you can hear me again if the audio did drop out. I'm going to walk out and make one more circle outside the room. And this time not walking too far away, just maybe only 10 feet away from the camera, but in a different room, so there was a wall in between me. Now I'm back in the kitchen, and I think you might have heard the difference there. So the microwave just stopped, and you probably heard some dropouts there when I went into the other room, especially when I went far away to the opposite side of the house. You probably didn't hear me at all. So let me try that test again. I'm going to, instead of running the microwave, I'm not going to run it this time. I'm going to walk around to the same spots I did before, and you'll be able to hear if there are any dropouts or not. This time, again, without the microwave running. All right. So here I go, walking outside of the kitchen. I'm walking to the far end of the house. Again, I have my back turned to the camera, so the signal is passing through my body, through a wall, and then getting to the camera. If I turn around and face the camera, now you might not hear as many dropouts if you did hear any at that point when the signal had to pass through my body. I'm walking back closer now to the kitchen, around the corner, and I am now back into the same room as the kitchen. And hopefully you heard a difference there in terms of when the microwave oven was running and when it wasn't. So let's be fair. How often are you shooting in the same room when the microwave oven is running, and how often do you put the receiver right next to the microwave oven? Probably never. But that was just to illustrate a point that 2.4 gigahertz is subject to interference from microwave ovens. So let's try this test. Let's shoot while the microwave oven is running in the room next door. Cue the microwave. All right, so the microwave oven is running next door, and I'm sitting here shooting an interview because that's what people do. They shoot interviews while they make popcorn and in the next room in the microwave. I'm about 6 feet away from the camera and the Rode Wireless Go receiver. And this is probably a little bit more realistic, like if you live in an apartment building and you have neighbors who might be running their microwave next door to you, not far away, or if you're in an office environment and you're shooting in a conference room and down the hall in the kitchen or break area somebody's reheating their lunch. So hopefully we're not getting any breakups here of the audio, but this is a little bit more realistic test of how the Rode Wireless Go microphone performs in the 2.4 gigahertz frequency range. For this test, let's see how quiet the Rode Wireless Go microphone is in a sound booth with no noise at all. Now let's hear the difference with this higher-end diversity wireless microphone system in the same sound booth when there's no sound at all. I'm going to head down onto the field and walk across it, and you'll get a sense of what sort of range this Rode Wireless Go microphone has. You can probably also hear that it's pretty windy today too. So what I'm going to do is put on the windscreen, and you'll be able to hear what difference that makes. Just make sure that none of the fur is caught around the ring here, and snap it on there. Okay, that feels secure on both sides. Let's go ahead and clip it back on. All right, now this is with the windscreen, and hopefully you hear a lot less wind noise. It is pretty windy today, so this will be a good test of the windscreen as well as the range. All right, let's get started. I thought this would be a good test to go out onto the soccer field and see how the Rode Wireless Go microphone performs with the windscreen over the microphone. So as you can see, I've set up the camera at about the location of the press box in a typical high school stadium. And I'm standing at the near sideline, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna walk across to the other side, and you'll be able to hear if the audio drops out at all as I walk across the field. So, as I mentioned, it's a pretty windy day today, so you might hear some of that wind noise. Don't mistake that for dropouts. There's definitely some pretty strong winds, maybe 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts here. And right now I'm in the center circle of the soccer field. I'm now in the center of the soccer field, and hopefully you can still hear this audio pretty loud and clear and no dropouts. So I'm going to go all the way to the other side of the soccer field, which is going to be at about the maximum limit of the Rode Wireless Go microphone. So let's keep going here. I'm almost there. I'm almost at the football sideline here, but we're going to go all the way to the soccer sideline, which is a little bit further. As you can see, I'm probably over 200 feet away now from the camera on the other side of the field. And you'll be able to hear how this wireless microphone performs at about maximum range. Again, it's operating on 2.4 gigahertz frequency range, so you might get some dropouts just from other wireless systems that are used in the stadium. They do have a wireless outdoor Wi-Fi system here, but yeah, this is the Rode Wireless Go microphone. Let's walk back and see how the sound improves. If it dropped out at all, I don't know. We'll have to listen afterwards and see. Again, if you do hear some wind noise, that's because it is pretty windy today. I do have the windscreen over the microphone so you can hear how well that performs. Now in the center of the field and walking towards outside the circle here, towards the near sideline. And that's some pretty strong wind right there. I don't know if you heard any of that. But if you didn't, that means the windscreen is doing its job. And now we're back at the near sideline. So that was a test of the Rode Wireless Go microphone and the range across the soccer field. So that was a look at the Rode Wireless Go microphone and some of our torture tests. Hopefully that helps you decide whether or not this is the right microphone for you. It certainly is very compact, and the way it's physically designed looks really, really nice. I haven't seen anything else on the market quite like this yet.
No.
So anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe and tap that bell, and we'll see you next time on the 3 Techs.
The Rode Wireless Go has been out for about 2 years. I was finally able to get my hands on one and afford it because my parents bought it for my birthday. So let's take a look if it was worth the wait and if you should still consider buying it in 2020. this is your first time tuning in, my name is Sebastian, and this is Nerdy Knickknacks and Geeky Gear, where I like to talk about all the gadgets and gizmos aplenty that nerds like to have lying around, and give my 2 cents on it and review them. Today we're talking about the Rode Wireless Go. I turned 31 a week ago, and my parents were so kind to go ahead and buy this for me for my birthday. It's something I've wanted for a long time now. And you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm sweaty. And I'm hot because I just got back from a walk. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the footage and the audio I got from my walk earlier today. And I'm going to go clean up and we'll talk about the findings after that. All right. First thing I wanted to do was check this little wind muff. Everybody says that it's a terrible little muff, that it just falls off for no reason. I've been walking on this beautiful trail out here, Line Creek Trail in Kent City North, and it's still on there. It's just hanging out. Sorry, I'm so out of shape, but I really wanted to get out of the house today and record a video. So I'm doing both. So I'm sure you can hear all the noise. There's people around, animals, wind, nature. Let's see how that sounds. You know, this is really good news. Say you're at a convention, say you're vlogging in public, whatever it is, you just put it right here and you don't have to worry about it. It's right there, it's ready to go when you're ready to start recording. Okay, hold up. Somebody want to tell me what the hell this is? Just a random ass half flight of stairs. And the other thing I really love about this guy is that it's versatile. Right now, you can see I moved it off of my bag, and it's sitting right here on my on a cold shoe mount, almost working like a what do you call it? A shotgun mic. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause and cut back to the office, and don't worry, it's the same video I shaved to show that time has passed. After reviewing the footage, I found the audio to be quite good, especially in these first couple clips. But after I dove into the footage, after I was able to dive into the footage more, I found this clip. And just watch. So I didn't strip the audio from this shot. Both units were on and plugged in to the camera. The camera was recording, but you can see it just didn't pick up any audio. But then if we fast forward here to the end of that shot, as I'm walking towards the camera, it picks up again. Birds. That it's picking up, but what you'll notice is I'm behind the camera and it's still picking up just that sound. Now, much like you, I have watched tons of other reviews about the Rode Wireless Go, and none of them had issues picking up at a distance. In fact, I've seen videos where people have just walked and continued walking, and the Rode Wireless Go continued to pick up without a single problem. And so I thought this was actually a really great opportunity in that now I had to deal with customer support. Something was clearly wrong, but what's really great about this product is it has a 2-year warranty covered by Rode. So I went ahead, I called up Rode, and I spoke to the man for about 10 minutes, and he realized that I had just bought the product, so he told me to go back to B&H, ship it back to them, and let them ship me a new one because it would be faster than going through their warranty process. And so I had to deal with B&H's customer service, and which I think is kind of a surprise point that I get to bring up, that I haven't had a chance to bring up, is that both Rode and B&H have wonderful customer service, and if you have a problem out of the box with something like this, they're going to take care of you. But moving on from that, I just want to go ahead and take a quick moment and cover a few other things that I really liked about the product that I hadn't really seen anybody else cover. And the first thing is, I never realized how small this actual audio unit was. In my mind, I realized that it could be held in the palm of your hand. Both could be held in the palm of your hand, but I didn't realize. I always thought it was about the same size as, say, a Game Boy cartridge. But then when I finally got one, was able to hold it and put it on my person, I found that it was actually the size of the art on the Game Boy cartridge and smaller than the Game Boy cartridge itself. And something I touched on briefly that I think deserves mentioning again is that this is an incredibly versatile system, and that versatility is only enhanced with the Lavalier Go, which I'm wearing now on my person, and you're hearing all the audio come through, and the Rode Interview Go, both of which I bought. This, I don't think I'm ever going to use this, but I bought it. So do I recommend the Rode Wireless So do I recommend the Rode Wireless Go with all of its accessories? Yes. Maybe not this one, unless you have a specific use case for it, which I might. We'll see if I end up using it. This is a great system. It's easy to use. It's easy to handle. It's small. It's portable. It's durable. And the customer support is realistically some of the best on the market, and they gave me no trouble. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you out if you're still trying to figure out whether or not you want to pick up the Rode Wireless Go. Other than that, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more content coming your way. Thank you. Yeah, this microphone is also good if you find a secret trail off the beaten path and want to go looking for Bigfoot. What's that sign? This YouTube review is about to turn into a found footage film. Oh God.
Hello everybody, Photo Junkie here from Photo Junkie's Drone Zone. In this video, we are going to be reviewing and testing the Rode Wireless Go microphone. That would be these devices here. One device sits on top of the camera as the receiver, the other one gets clipped to your lapel, collar, whatever you want to call it, and is your microphone and your transmitter. We are going to be comparing it to a wired Rode microphone and to the microphone on the camera that you're listening to right now. So let's do a little comparison. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. That's the onboard mic. 1 second. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Rode wired mic sitting on top of the camera. And just to be fair, since the lapel mic will be right under my lapel, I'm going to take the wired mic and I'm just going to place it here as if it's a microphone that I would be broadcasting to in a studio. So testing 1 2 3. All right, now let's hook up the Rode wireless mic. All right, so here it is, the Wireless Go mic. I'm going to hook it up to my shirt like most people would. I assume most people would put the big side inside so it's not completely visible. It is a fairly large microphone compared to just a little wired mic that has a wire that runs down your shirt, and usually the transmitter is clipped to your belt. This is a lot more convenient, a little bulkier. So this is it. Testing 1 2 3. Rode's Wireless Go microphone. In a minute, I'm going to also show you a couple of the functions and one of the issues I did have with one of the functions, which is charging. So let me show you that in a second. All right, this is the transmitter. It's the microphone. It is what gets clipped onto your shirt. Not too much to it. On and off on the other side. You know, your typical button there. And I'm hoping focusing is working here. This is the receiver. This goes on the top of your camera on the flash shoe, and you have to do this and slide it in. I don't know if it's dark enough. Okay, I think you can see that. So it does show your transmission, or I should say your volume level. This button here, the dB, has 3 settings: low, medium, and high. I always have left mine on the low, and it seems to be loud enough. You can judge from the video. And it shows you how strong a signal you're getting from, let's see if I can hold this up here. Okay, so it shows how strong a signal you're receiving from the transmitter. It shows your battery. Battery's up here. Sorry, your battery's there. And that's receiver and transmitter battery. Your level, and if you're allowing it to produce a lot of sound or not, your dB, decibel level, I suppose. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's do our outdoor test and see what happens. All right, so I'm hooked up. I'm going to walk all the way back there, and that's about 50 feet. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm all the way back here. Now I'm going to turn my back, which I heard some people have had problems with. Now my back is to the camera, as you can see. And I'm going to just keep on talking. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now I am moving behind a concrete building, or a stucco building. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I am back now. So let's see how that did. All right, so apparently it worked even around the corner of the stucco house, which is pretty good. So that's 50 feet, back turned away. It worked pretty good. Now I'm going to go into my garage behind me, and I'm going to walk around in there, and I'm going to see if it can transmit through the walls with all the interference, a lot of metal and tools and, you know, tools, manly stuff that men have in their garages. Women too. All right, walking around here in the garage. I'm actually behind a tool cabinet that has a lot of metal tools. As far as I can get, which is about 30 feet away from the receiver. All right, now I'm heading back, and we'll see how that went. All right, I know that was a very quick test, but I would say it did pretty well. The only issue was when I was right behind this cabinet, I was pretty much right up against it where there is a lot of metal. I have a receiver there and speakers and computer components. I did notice a little, just a momentary loss of reception. That was about it. The only issue I really had with this thing was the charging. For some reason, it won't let me charge it with my computers. It needs to have a plug plugged into the wall. If anybody else out there has had the same issue or hasn't had the same issue or knows a solution, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching.